So we're here again, and this guy says that his biggest financial regret in life was purchasing a home just a few years ago. Let's listen to what he has to say and see if it makes sense or doesn't make sense.
My biggest financial regret that I've ever had in life was purchasing a home back in 2021 for these three reasons. Number one, I had to put a 30% down payment on my home. My down payment was roughly around $330,000.
Hold on, let's just stop right there. His down payment was 300 plus $1,000. Wow. So he bought about a $900,000 home. He obviously lives in an area where homes are expensive. But let's just keep listening here.
bought my two bedroom, three bath
Two bedrooms for 900,000.
townhome for $910,000. And the
Wow.
reason why we had to put so much down at the time was just because of my income. I was only making around, I think, $100,000 to $110,000. That was
That sounds like a really big mortgage payment for someone making about $100,000, because if you do the math and you break down what you're gonna make each month and take home, it's great that he put 30% down, but it sounds like he just bought too much home.
the only way we could get the math work. Now, my monthly mortgage payment, if you factor in interest, taxes, HOA,
There you
etc.,
go.
it's roughly around $4,200. If I was renting right now, I could probably rent a really
So, he said his mortgage payment is about $4,200, right? He makes, let's say, $100,000 a year, so that's about $8,000 per month gross. So he's probably taking home 6,000, 5,500. Something doesn't make sense. He's referring to we, so maybe he has a partner or a spouse that was part of this. I sure hope so, because that sounds like it is too high of a percentage of his income alone.
nice two-bedroom condo or apartment for $3,500. So that would save me $700 a month. However, had I just not bought a home, I could have taken that 300 and $10,000, $20,000 that I used as a down payment and just invested in the stock market. We all know the stock market bottomed in 2022, and fuck man, you see where it is today.
Yeah, it did. It did bottom out, but none of us have a crystal ball. We never know where that's going to go. Real estate, typically long term, is a great investment, but it sounds like, again, I think this guy just bought way too much home. Maybe he could have gone a little bit outside of that area where he purchased and saved himself some money. $900,000. He says it's his biggest financial regret. Maybe it's even his first home, which is mind blowing.
Right? I could easily have an extra, at the very minimum, a couple $100,000 in my stock portfolio. Number two, in the market that I live in, renting is actually cheaper than buying a home.
Okay.
Again, as I previously stated, I probably am paying an extra, I don't know, $700 to $1,000 more per month by owning a home rather than renting one.
Okay, I get it. I get the numbers there. But on the other side of this too, he does get the tax write-off for the mortgage interest. I'm saying I don't think buying this place was a good idea to begin with, but uh, he's got it and he's in it right now, at least based on this video. So perhaps he's should factor in the tax benefit of writing off the mortgage interest and the property taxes, which helps.
And then number three, owning a home is just really, really overrated. There's maintenance
Yep.
that you have to worry about. I've already had to replace an AC, and my home is
Yeah.
like 3 to 4 years old, so it's actually really, really new. I'm sure at some point I'm gonna have to replace a dishwasher, a washer and dryer. Owning a
Yeah.
home is not cheap. There are a lot of expenses.
Well, at least it's a condo. It sounds like it's not that old. The air conditioner should last longer than that, but um, yeah, he's going to have things that he needs to replace. But it is a condo, so he only has to worry about the walls in. Hopefully, he doesn't have to worry about a roof. Hopefully, he doesn't have to worry about maintaining the yard and all that. But yeah, there are definitely expenses associated with owning your own home.
That come with maintaining a home, and you have to do it yourself. If I lived in an apartment complex,
Yeah.
I could call the landlord and then they would send somebody to help me fix the problem. Honestly, if I could do it again, I would just rent a nicer apartment or a condo, whatever, in a nicer community, and then just invested my money instead in the stock market. But again, everybody's different. Everybody has different ways to invest and build wealth. Real estate is not one avenue of building wealth that I really like. All right, guys. Hope you guys like this video.
All right. So he's obviously a little disgruntled. I think He probably bought way too expensive of a property, so it's stressing him out. He took basically a tremendous portion, if not his entire nest egg, when he went to buy it. So maybe he feels a little financially vulnerable. And I guess maybe if he spent, I don't know, 5 or 600,000 instead of 900,000, he may not feel this way. And then, there's a learning curve. When you own a home, you either have to pay people to fix things or you have to learn how to do them yourself. We'll see you again on the next one.